Hey y'all, it's me Amanda and I'm here for a Stitchy update. It's been a while, but I don't have a ton to show because I really only worked on 2 projects since I last updated. And I do have a couple of FFOs though, so fully finished objects. So that's, a little exciting. Alright, let's go ahead and show you guys my progress. So first piece I have, and this is actually technically a new start, is April Showers by Cottage Needleworks. I just thought this was super cute. I worked on this in March as opposed to April, but it felt appropriate. It just timing-wise worked out that way. So I'll show you. I worked on this for 3 weeks, and I would have let myself work on it for 4 weeks, but at that point I was like a little done, and I got about halfway done, which is great. I think I'll be able to finish it next year. Yep, sorry, let me get it. Here we go. I'm just gonna keep annoyingly adjusting it, sorry. Yeah, it's super cute. I did get sick of it because stitching that house was brutal. Very boring for me personally. But the rest of it was fine, and it is really super cute. Like I said, I'm about halfway done. So I think I'll be able, I've set myself up to be able to finish it next year. I forget when I even bought that. Like, I've had so many of these things kitted up for so long that it's like, how long have I had this? It could be years, but I did start it at least. And then the only other piece I worked on was my chatelaine. This is technically quite a bit of progress. I can't remember what it looked like the last time I showed it to you, and I would insert a clip, but I'm far too lazy for that, so you'll just have to see where I am now. Yeah, isn't that lovely? I'll try to get it closer. So, I finished all of the big flowers. These guys. And then I am now working on the next layer, the next border. What's exciting is when I'm done with this next border, it goes out and there's just sort of a bunch of like swirlies and butterflies. And then there's the outside border and that's it. Now, I haven't done any beading yet, but I love it. It's so beautiful. And I love working on it. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully this next border doesn't take forever. I don't have like super high expectations of my progress, but it's okay. Like, I don't have, I work with the time I have, right? Next, I do have a couple of FFOs, for real. So this is for my niece, and I framed it in hoop. I do have to re-glue a little bit up here, but I haven't given it to her yet. I don't see her very often at all, so, but that's okay. And then this one, I laced the back. It looks okay, and then I did hot glue this backing on, though. It looks fine, but it's not the best, to be honest. Oh well, like, I am not a good finisher. At least I did it. And then the last thing I have is I framed Live Simply. I got this tiny frame at Michael's. I'm very like, I wait till Michael's has a sale. And unfortunately, they almost always have sales on their frames, but they didn't right at this moment. Uh-oh. I have to tighten that one. Anyway, so this frame is not what this isn't what I really want this to live in. I feel like this would look much nicer in a more traditional, like, wooden frame. But at least I have it framed. And then I used these offset brackets, but this one's loose. But hey, It's framed and it sits in my house now. That's it. I know. I never have a lot to show with my stitching, unfortunately. I don't rotate very often. I typically work on the chatelaine for like 3 weeks at a time. And then I'll spend like 2 weeks working on other projects. But in this case, I only worked on one other project. So, oh well. So I guess I'll give you a quick life update. Things have been all right. I had a period where I was kind of down in the dumps. I'm better now. I'm okay. I don't know why I was down in the dumps. I just was. I need to get a haircut, looking at me. I get one about once a year, which I know that's not very often, but I used to have really, really long hair, but I'm thinking to chop off about that much for my yearly haircut, annual haircut. I don't know if I mentioned our car died last time. We still haven't gotten a new car. I think I did mention the car thing. We still haven't gotten a new car. So that is a priority right now. Get a new car would be really nice. We're looking for like a Honda Pilot. Like we've gotten specific, we want a Honda Pilot, but we're trying to find one that's like decently new, not too many miles, you know. Wish me luck. I did have some like fish tragedies. My fish Marshmallow died. He was my beta. It's actually pronounced betta, much like the Krennic thing. But I still say beta because it just sounds nicer to me. He unfortunately passed away. I had him for about 1.5 years, which is not great but not terrible, because typically when you get one in the store, they're about 6 months to 1 year old already, and they live about 3 years if you're lucky. So I did okay. Not great, but okay. He had been sick for a while, so it wasn't like shocking that Marshmallow died. But I did have a shocker of I have a second tank full of, I don't know if anyone cares about this. Anyway, I hope somebody watching this has some interest in aquariums. But anyway, I have a second 10-gallon tank that had Emmer Tetras and Harlequin Rasboras, which I had only a small amount of the Rasboras, probably not as much as you need, but because it's only a 10-gallon tank, I was trying not to overload it. Okay. So one of the little Ember Tetras died. I wasn't too worried about it. It looked sickly. The thing looked like it hadn't eaten in a month. I don't know what it was, but I wasn't worried about it. Like, it was sad, but it was not... I didn't feel too bad about it. I was like, I don't think I caused this one. But then I did a water change. No big deal. Like, I do water changes all the time. And the next day, my 3 Harlequin Rasboras had died. It was very strange. I don't know what caused it exactly. The pH was a little high, so I don't know if it was that. It shouldn't have, I don't know. I don't know exactly what caused it. I have vague suspicions, but I was really upset. The good news is I have 8 Ember Tetras left. They're all fine. One of them actually doesn't look good, but again, in this particular case, I don't think it's my fault. But yeah, fish keeping can be stressful. But again, the rest of the fish seem okay, and I'm just going to leave that tank for a bit and try to figure some stuff out before I mess with it too much. I'm not going to add anything else at the moment. And then I did get a new beta. I got a female beta, and we named her Poppy because my daughter really likes the Trolls movie. And so she's named after Princess who becomes Queen, Poppy. She's a really cute fish. Yeah, otherwise, you know, things have been pretty good. I wasn't trying to be super negative there, just there's not much going on in my life, so... The garden is kicking up at this point. I plan on doing monthly garden, like full tours of my garden, and you might see me do some shorts when I have like quick little cute garden news, you know. And yeah, the weather's been really nice, and it has been cheering me up that it's actually becoming spring now. Today's actually supposed to get hot. Like, it's supposed to get the upper 70s, and tomorrow's supposed to hit 80. I leave my little seedlings outside. I might have to bring in the broccoli and cauliflower because they don't like it that hot. That's too hot for them, especially because they're babes. I'll have to keep an eye on them today. But yeah, otherwise, things are going well. I'm just moving along. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's just like my updates take no time at all. Maybe I should actually talk more about the pieces. I just don't have a lot to say. One thing I've caught from the booktube community, I've been watching more booktube videos because I've been reading a lot. They do a thing where you put an emoji at the end of a video if you've watched the whole way through. So if you watch the whole way through, could you put a flower emoji for spring? And, you don't have to say anything else. It's all good. And if you don't, I won't be upset. It's okay. But it's nice to know someone's watching, So that's it. I hope you're all doing well. Bye.